Okay, so Tuesday, April 15th. I just want to give you live. We're 3 minutes and after the market open at 9:30, so it's just coming up on 9:33. So I mentioned the big thing is I just tried to get a better price today to buy this Nasdaq here, and it was ticking higher leading up until the open. Nice bid coming out of the open, and we're approaching this high. So looks like some of what I thought could happen might happen here. Some nice momentum here. Good open. So we got decent profits there. The bonds immediately after the open did have a bid here, but they turned back around. So there's not impressing. I think I'm a little bit out of the money on those, but they're hanging around out of the money 1875 right now. But with the stock market being strong and pushing up higher, I think we're going to get a good, maybe a little bit of sell-off. Obviously, we can get down here to the lows, overnight lows, and push down. But we've got a nice little sell-off going on here too with those just off the open. So I usually the move off the open the first couple of minutes, not always, but a lot of times can be a good omen of what's going to happen over the course of the day. So the gold position, flat as can be, hasn't moved all night, hasn't moved, just rotating sideways. But this is good, tight range. We've got those all-time highs. Now, if we were literally sitting here doing the same thing, I'd be more nervous. But if you make a good clearance out of the old high with some nice momentum, and you stay up here, stay up above that breakout above that old high, it's usually pretty good omen. We can probably get a pretty good run out of it, at least for get a couple good days out of it there. So we're got our fingers crossed on gold. Coffee has been the trickiest one. Um, First of all, we have a full size position just like the other markets, but for whatever reason, coffee, I think we need to use less. We need to change our parameters that are, we've been putting the margin requirements based on what the market is, but I'm down 19,000. It says it's actually a little bit better than that, but just the intraday fluctuations on this, probably want to just voluntarily choose to trade less margin. It's only 114,000 in coffee margin requirements, but it's just to be down 19,000 and these are literally just intraday fluctuations. It's a little high for my taste, so we might want to do that. So I'll show you first on the TradeStation charts, but this is we'll change this time frame real quick. But it's not as long as chart formation remains intact. I'm not gonna. It's just a matter of doing a little bit of position sizing. But you see this blue trend line here, which is get draws. It's drawn by TradeStation for me, and it's just literally following this trend line perfectly. So the trend is still up. This is literally still technically, I guess, this sort of second day follow through from a breakout, but we're coming back into this range. And like I said, I think we can get some push, but it's just some morning volatility that's just making me really nervous because we're out. It's just the fact that we're down a lot of money in that one contract, and it's literally just this small intraday fluctuation. It's just a little bit too much. Here's a live version though, which so just in the past few minutes, the market open is a little bit more hopeful because you can see that. So this is 366 down here. So we did come down here, but we're bouncing off that a little bit. So I think we're going to be okay. We can bounce. And if the market stays strong, that'll help us too. I think some positive bid here in the commodities markets can keep that going up. So although it's showing just this terrible loss in coffee right now, we're a little bit above this, but we're still down. So we got our fingers crossed. So we're showing down 14,000 right now. And it's just such a huge amount of that is coffee. So, but the other markets are doing okay, and the stock market's leading the way higher. Looks like the bonds just popped up again, and you know that's not what we want. Um, not what we want, but this is just it's really again some go in your favor, some don't, and on periods like we're in right now. So yeah, we had a flush down, now a flush up. Periods that we're in is really just about money management, and sometimes okay, let me just see if it's not going in my favor. Let me just see if I can get out the best price I can, or do I want to wait? And those sort of little interim decisions I want to make. But obviously, we don't want this to go retest the highs. That sort of destroys our thesis that this was sort of a break to the bottom. So probably a little bit of a mistake to get it out of that. And yeah, I don't like the look of it right now. So we can keep chopping higher. Part of the thesis here was, we've got, these day up. We had 2 days down. We sort of got 2 days up here. So maybe we can get a day down here. And you see, that's another reason it would be terrible to see this thing pop up, but in this low volatility environment and this chop, we're going to chop a little bit higher than probably just we'll chop a little bit lower. So it's probably best to just sort of hang on to it for now, even though it's moving against us a little bit. It's not making us happy, but coffee's the same thing. Maybe a little bit, should have waited till the market open and tried to get a little bit of better price. So you could see when the markets are super volatile, trade placement, you just got to get the trade on. And then when the markets are quieter, being real patient, maybe waiting for the market open and trying to get a little bit better trade placement. Is really important. So, but anyways, I think things will be all right. We're just gonna have to wait it out till the end of the day, and especially with this coffee looks like it's doing okay. It's gonna come back up a little bit here. You can see it's gonna tick higher a little bit here and start to retest the highs. I think pretty soon. So, anyways, that's our update.